And hello, and I think I'm live. I think. Da da da. So, the witch. Hi, everyone. Um, hi, Michael, Shannon, Jeremy, and Natalie, James. Well, good to see you all here. Hey, Rod. So, let me go on the live chat because I have it on top chat, and then I missed probably half of it. So, yeah. First of all, I'm glad you're really here, all of you. Hi, Richard. And I thought I'm gonna show my face again today for a while. And yeah. So last week I did the rill, and next week I will continue with it. That just takes me a bit longer to sort it all out, right? That's gonna take a while until I'm through that one. So, and plus I promised to continue my smudging series as well. So yeah, so be patient with me. Plus I'm working too. So what I have today is the bay leaf. Most of you may know it from cooking, right? Yeah, Jeremy, I got a lot of work to do, and I wonder who has to do with that. Oh, you gave a crystal back to Earth. That's nice, Michael. That's a nice gesture. Well, I did a fire. Well, I did start it a bit earlier with the moon. That's when I did my equinox celebration. So, oh yeah, Richard, burning bay leaves. It's not only that it smells nice, but I don't know if you find that too. Like when you burn bay leaves, it changes like the whole atmosphere in a house, like right away. And I'm explaining that too in a bit. But it's not only the atmosphere, but it like I feel the air smells fresher. Like it smells like you just opened the window or the door to let some air in. You know what I mean? I find this. Yeah, yeah, James, use a fuckle tree with the fuckleberries. This is gonna haunt me. I know, the fuckleberry. Anna! Oh, thank you. So, the bay tree, it's actually a tree, it's not a bush. So, yeah, I thought too for the longest time it's a bush, but it's actually a tree, and the tree that can grow up to 8 meters. And I apologize, you have to figure meters out in inches and feet, please, because I'm German. So it's in Latin it's called Laurus nobilis, and it's an evergreen tree, and it grows mostly in the Mediterranean areas, or in the Middle East, or in the Pacific. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest of America. So, and there are many kinds of bay. So there is the Indian, Indonesian, Mexican, Californian, even Japanese. So there are many kinds. Yes, Richard, it's good for meditation very well. So, and like I said, the reason I want to talk about the bay leaf is it came to me regarding what we are in the process of right now, the awakening and realizing our abilities. And So, and also me talking about the real, the universal energy. So I found, yeah, the bay leaf would suit with it. I mean, it would go with it. So because it's a magical plant, right? And it supports like our innermost forces, and also rituals and actions. And yeah, it yeah, you can use it for rituals, of course, and also for magical ingredients or rituals that you do. So the whole thing becomes a bit more special with it. And yeah, what magic does actually, right? It serves a purpose of fulfilling something, a wish, or um, well, yeah, actually, doing magic is actually fulfilling a wish in any matter, right? So it's requesting something and turning it into reality. So and this is about making things a reality for the benefit of people. So that's what it is. I don't want to use dark and light magic anymore. I can't. I'm sick and tired of it. So that's why I just call it for the benefits of people, right? So let me read the chat a bit. Hey, Tim, Lisa, bottle caps. Thank you for stopping by. So sorry if I don't read the chat all the time, but you know how it goes with me, right? Me and the squirrel. Iowax, my skies. Oh, nice. More people coming. I'm happy. So where was I? Magic, yeah. So to turn things into reality for the benefits of people. That's what it is. So, and what the bay leaves do when you smudge them, they sharpen your senses, and they help you with the clarity they promote it, and they help you to concentrate, and yeah, for the wakefulness of the human mind. So, but of course, as with almost every here we go. I'm looking at the chat and I start scrolling. So with almost every incense, resin, or herb, most of them they're very good for protection, right? For negative energies, influences. So right, Anna, but I have to look at the chat too, so I don't miss anyone. Yeah, so also what I find interesting, bay leaf is a sun plant, and therefore it's a masculine energy, which I find very interesting. And if you put it under your pillow or you smudge it before you go to bed, it can help you also to provide you with visions, like with vision dreams, if you're looking for some answers, because that's when I get a lot of answers, for example, even if I'm not looking for them. So yeah, but it's good for that as well. So also back in the days, they used to wear it around their necks, so it was considered a strong symbol of protection. So even they used to hang it up in a house to get rid of poltergeists. So I don't know. I'm talking about bay leaf bottle cap. You know, the one that Caesar has around his head. I'm explaining that too a bit, or that that we get when they win a tournament or stuff like that. But I'm explaining that too in a bit. You can cook with it too. So yeah, you can spray it as a tea in your house as well, like you do with sage sprays that are available these days, right? It's very nice. So, and it's really a good protection one, and it can help also with curses once you figure out what the curse is and where it's coming from. I just don't like to talk too much about curse because it's very rare that people get cursed and a curse comes actually through. So just because, let me say, winning the lottery for a few weeks doesn't mean you're cursed, right? So, but it's in this case, bay leaf is very good for that. So, and like I said, when you smudge it, it's very pleasant, very warm. Of course, it has slightly herbal, spicy fragrance, and I find it just cleans the air as well. Like I said, like you just open the window. That's how much it cleanses out your house right away. And what else? Yeah, the vision, the dreams. It supports your dreams, and not only that, it supports it. It also helps you to remember and understand those vivid dreams better, right? Because many of us get vivid dreams, but we don't know what to do with it. So the bay leaf will help you to understand it as well better. So because it increases your intuition, and your perceptions of things. So let me read a bit again. Yeah, bottle caps too much before. Bad, yeah. Oh, yours are from Turkey, Richard? Nice. So, yeah, the good thing, you can get bay leaves in the supermarket too. Just make sure they're the real bay leaves, right? So, and like I said, it always was and it always is a magical incense plant. It just is. And like I said, you can use it for rituals with incantations, for magic formulas, or if in addition to purification rituals, you can use it for ceremonies of divination, and and the real original bay leaf, it will lead you to trance and to expansion of your consciousness. So I mean, it is not like for nothing, not without a reason, that this plant has the reputation of being an oracle plant, right? Because it not only promotes your intuition and definition, but also helps invoking spirit and elemental beings. So yeah, like I said, always be aware what you do, right? And know what you do. So in the ancient Greece, it was called mantikos, and which is the word for clairvoyance. So, and it was also part of the ingredients of the incense mixture of the Oracle of Delphi for fortune telling. So I mentioned already a few resins and herbs that go into that incense mixture and for the Oracle of Delphi, and I think maybe I put it up as a recipe down the road. So yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, ask your nearest witch. Yeah. Also, it's very good for healing in any kind. That's why it's used in healing rituals as well. So because the smudge acts very much as a fortifying um, uh, yeah, for healing. So, and if you inhale this much, if you like go in trance or in a healing ritual like I do, you inhale this much of the bay leaf, and during the state of trance, inhaling that, you can actually find or get to the core of the disease. You know, it can help you to identify this disease, where it is in your body, where it's coming from, and also, yeah, always watch this much when you burn something, right? Because especially with bay leaves, in order to find out where the disease is coming from, you need to be able to read the smudge, the shape of it, where it's going, what it's doing. And I talked about this before with other resins. Like, for example, if you clear out a house from negative energies or from all kind of energies, if you see really, like, I mean, when you walk with a bowl, it will just like, weave along with the wind. But you will notice once you really get an eye for it, if there's a barrier of some kind of energy, the smudge will really like stop right there. And then this is when you work with it, work against it to get rid of it. So, oh yeah, planetary protector, you got your own personal witch. Good for you. Aren't you lucky? So, are you leaving, Lisa? Thank you for stopping by. You have a good night, and I hope you're well. Much love, Lisa. Thank you. So, what else? So, Iowa. Best way to clear out anything is with a flamethrower. I like that. That's kind of neat. So, what was I healing, right? Since it's for all kind of physical healings, it's also for your soul. So it helps you to promote a better mood, like so especially if you feel like a little depressed, right? It will lift your spirit a bit. So like the spirit of this plant gives you like the perception of things we usually don't pay attention to. And therefore it helps with negative external influences and and the transmitted thoughts coming with it. For example, what example? Um, Someone looks at you and you know actually that person doesn't like you, and automatically you have those thoughts of, I'm not good enough, I'm too ugly, blah, which is of course BS, but you know what I mean. So if someone has negative influence on you, it will also transmit those thoughts with it. So, and hey, Robin. So, what was I? Yeah, I mean, we've all been there, and we all will probably be there again. Like, we all had our low point in life, right? So, and what the bay does for you, it's very invigorating and very mood enhancing. It really is. So it really helps release your tensions and helps relieve stress. So it's really nice for your body and for your soul. Hallo Schwester. So, yeah, and of course you can also, depending on what you want to do with your charms, your crystals, your jewelry, your amulets, you can energize and bless your healings objects with it, right? You can, because it's got a very powerful force to fumigate and negative energies. Like I said, you can cleanse and bless rooms too with it. So, oh, thank you, Schwester. I'm not. Me. And I'm having a sip of tea. It's, by the way, it's verbena tea. So, yeah. What else do we have? Very important for right now. The yeah, bottle caps. It's the fuckleberry tea. It's not for sale. Yes, Robin, you can use it. No, I didn't add honey. Not to that one. I don't have honey. And that one I just like, the verbena, because it's very lemony. It's lemon verbena. So I like the taste of it. It's just you have to be careful with the verbena leaves. If you leave them in too long, the tea starts tasting a little bitter. So you got to be careful. Fuckleberry, but where was I? Yeah, since I always mention to contact your ancestors, right, for answers, especially right now. And it's getting the season. It's almost the end of September. So you know what that means. October around, by the end of October, middle of October, we never know. The veil is getting thinner. So that's a good time to communicate with your ancestors then, right? So, and because it's such a protective plant, and therefore it's very popular also for shamanism and for journeys like that. And again, for sacrificial ceremonies, and I'm not talking about blemished goats here. I'm talking about especially to Halloween. And I think it's the same with Mexico, Anna, right? The celebration of the dead. You just leave little gifts, little trinkets, food, their favorite food, whatever, So, yeah. And also, since it's a sun plant, it's a very good remedy against the dark forces. And I'm talking about seriously the dark forces. And so, yeah, the Day of the Dead. That's what I mean. Yeah. So, oh, bottle caps. I'm sure you have ancestors that you didn't even know that can be helpful. So, mine are not ancestors yet, but they're assholes. So, yeah. Also, where I like to use it is the 12 days of the wild hunt, because it, like I said, because of its protective properties, right? So, I mean, it's not only Odin out with his people, it's also other stuff out. So I like to smudge that as well, or put a bit in my protection incense. So, but you can mix this nice with, I find, a sage, juniper, cedar, frankincense, pine, spruce, rosemary. You can also smudge it wonderfully with special witch herbs like henbane, datura, for example. But again, you got to use the utmost caution, right? And you need your knowledge to smudge with those kind of herbs. So it's not nothing for a layman. A beginner, it's really not. And I don't mean that in a, oh, she know it all better way. I mean it, if you smudge too much of that stuff, it can be fatal. So you really got to know what you do. I mean, it doesn't matter actually. It counts for every herb, every resin that you deal with, but especially with those, please be cautious, right? So, yeah, that's what I found. So, yeah, another veil drops again. It's close, very close. So also, we know that the bay leaves from the bay wreath, the victory symbol, right? And it's made out of the branches and the leaves of the bay. And the bay wreath is like a symbol for special honor or award, you know, especially for the victory or special success, as we know. And therefore, it's also called the winner's wreath. And this comes actually from the Latin word laurus nobilis. And nobilis means noble, and laurus means success. So this is how it gets all together. And also, if you look at older pictures or other pictures where people wear that bay wreath, actually, it's not just on the head, it's actually covering the third eye as well. So if you look at pictures, just take a little closer attention, and then you will see it. And I'm thinking just because of the properties, it got its name, and yeah, and that's why they started making the wreath out of it too, right? I mean, I don't have no proof for it, but this is what I'm thinking personally. So, Hazy, it's the Russians. I tell you, the Russians did the bay wreath. Yeah, a lot of goes back to Latin, right? So, I mean, I don't know how they come up with the names they do for plants, but obviously they are aware of the, properties of those plants, I find. So, yeah. So that is just my thought to that. That's why it's called Used for Victory, because, it promotes clarity, it sends you on the path, and it supports you in your decision and all. So, but that's just a thought of mine. I'm not saying this is it, but that's a thought I have to it. So, and this has actually nothing to do with smudging, but the medical aspects of bay leaves are amazing, more than we actually think, and stuff you probably wouldn't even think of. I mean, yeah, you put it for cooking and stews or whatever, right, for the good taste. But it got a lot of nice properties. So if you have that in your kitchen cabinet because you like to cook with it, like bay tea, is good for sore throat. You can make bay leaf milk, preferably with goat milk. I know, gag me too, but it's a very big immune booster. And also, there were studies that it was actually proven that that it that was shown that it inhibits cancer, and especially like leukemia. Did I say that right? So because, like I said, it's an immune booster, and it also has an analgesic effect. So it builds up your own body defense. And so I would say it can go along with cancer treatment, with cancer therapy. But again, if you're also already like in the process of getting burned by that crap, you burn everything else. So, but I'm not giving medical advice in that term because I can't. I would like to, but I'm not allowed to. So, what else? Bladder infections, tea for bladder infections. No, not tea. The goat milk again with the bay leaves. Steam bath if you have the flu, if you have issues with your upper respiratory tract. So it will loosen all the mucus you have stuck in there. Good for diabetes, Also, the caffeine in it, the caffeine acid in the bay leaf that strengthens your blood vessel walls. I hope I'm saying that right. And it also lowers your cholesterol. So, and you can also make oil out of it, as with every herb, you can make your own oil out of it. And it has like an analgesic and anti-inflammatory effect. So it's like for rheumatism, sprains, bruises. If you have inflamed joints, you can rub the affected area with the oil. So, and if you have something chronic, like any chronic issue in that term, it's even recommended to eat them on a regular basis, right? And what else? Yeah, the tea can even help with dandruffs if you just rinse your head with it. Of course, make sure you don't have no honey or sugar in it, right? So, yeah. So, what's going on here? Hey, kitten. Yeah, chocolate is mandatory as a German, Lee. I totally agree. Oh, you're welcome, Richard. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm out. I have to get more. I bought actually some bay leaves for cooking, but guess what? Where they ended up. Hey, Steve. So, yeah, that was it for now and for today. I'm a chocolate engineer, Steve. Cool. Engineer as some. Like big pile. So, yeah, that was it for today. I will hurry that I get my Vril number 3 out. But I have so many thoughts popping up in my head. Like I'm driving in a car or do whatever, and all of a sudden I get another thought, another input, or, coming from me. And it's like, wow, yeah, I better do a little voice clip. But now I have to sort all my voice clips and write it up so I even know what the hell I was talking about. So, yeah, I just have to sort that out, write that down. It's just so much, that subject. So, and mostly I do it also because everybody thinks because it's called Vril, it's something bad, but it's nothing different than chi, and no one worries about the word chi, right? I just want to get rid of the bad taste of it that people have because they're thinking about other things. So, well, I thank you very much for stopping by and watching. And I hope you can do something with that information about the bay leaves. Like I said, it just came to me because, yeah, in the last days, all the things we are approaching right now. So, oh, thank you, Richard. You have a good night, and thank you for coming, Richard. So, yeah, Robin, I just throw it on it all in. But I should sort them out a bit before, because other than that, I don't understand myself. Yeah. All right then. So I hope you have all a very nice evening or a nice morning wherever you are. And I will see you all next week. Of course, next week I will upload, but I do a premiere to chat with you, because you have to forgive me. I cannot do that as a live. Seriously, I need to gather my thoughts, and I can't for the life of it. Shut up, Jeremy. Hi, Brent. I was just about to wrap it up. Bye, James. Okay, you all. Well, thanks again very much for coming, and I see you all next week. Much love. Bye.